everyone! So today I'm going to be talking about the pros and cons of NYU. So now that I've been here for almost a year and a half, I figured I'd share some of the pros and cons of coming to school here. Obviously they're different for everyone. I'm going to give a little bit of my SPS take on NYU pros and cons. Let's just hop right into the video. So the first pro is that SPS is a school here, which is kind of weird and kind of a plug. SPS, the School of Professional Studies here at NYU. Most people don't know about it. We're not in the memes. We don't have a section in the bookstore. We're really small, but I love SPS with all my heart and soul. People at SPS are literally amazing. If you ask anyone at NYU, they're like, oh, when I meet someone at SPS, they're literally just so nice. Because we're so small, you get to know everyone. The internship opportunities we have are amazing. I could go into a whole thing about how much I love SPS, which could be a whole nother video, but I think it's personally the best school at NYU and very unique to NYU. You can't really find a school like SPS anywhere else. Also, hand in hand with that is the choice of your major. NYU literally has a ton of majors. I can list the number somewhere, and obviously it's gonna keep growing. They keep opening up new programs. There's Gallatin, you can literally make your own major. There's pre-med, law, just everything. So you really can just pick and choose what you want. People switch majors all the time. It's super flexible and a really big pro of NYU. Another pro would be the study abroad program here at NYU. The amount of sites that NYU keeps building, it keeps growing. I think we're at 15 now. They opened up one in LA, apparently one in Nashville. We just have sites literally everywhere, and it makes it so much easier because, for example, my friends in other schools, they have to apply to different programs outside their school. They have to figure out their own housing, things like that, but we have it all taken care of. So for example, I'm going to Madrid, and literally I'm going to NYU in Madrid, not another school. I'm taking NYU classes. The way it works is so easy, and you have such a variety of choices. They take care of housing for you. It's just amazing, the opportunities they give you. Also, even SPS, we have Abu Dhabi is happening over winter break. They're going to Puerto Rico over spring break. There's always trips and places you can go, even if it's not a whole semester. That's what we really pride ourselves on, honestly, because a lot of schools don't have that, and they make it really easy for you to study abroad here. Next would be the fact that it's just in New York. I can't not say this one. New York is amazing. Literally, I can walk outside my door and there's 20,000 restaurants just on this block. You always have something to do. There's Broadway shows, new restaurants, Central Park, Bryant Park, all the boroughs, I'm still exploring them. New York offers a plethora of things for you. There's internship opportunities. You can work during the school year. Being in New York, you can fly home basically whenever you want. It is expensive, so obviously that doesn't happen. You can, you have the choice to. I have friends who go to school, they're 5 hours from an airport, and versus us, we're literally a 45-minute drive or 2 hours on the subway max. It's really easy and convenient, and also it's an international airport. You can go wherever you want, so great location. I personally find this a pro. The Greek life here, everyone has a different take on it. I really like it because it's very chill, but you can still be a part of it. It was optional. If I didn't choose to be in it, I wouldn't have felt left out, but now that I'm in it, it's so much bigger than you think. Once you're in Greek life here, everyone's oh, it's so small, but once you're in it, there's so many people you meet that are in Greek life, and it's a really great community, and it's chill, so you don't feel the pressure you would in a state school or somewhere in the South, and it gives you another place to find your family and your friends, more people you connect with in New York. I've loved it a lot, and I've met some really great people through it, and some of my best friends forever. Okay, people go back and forth on this one, but the idea that you can be invisible, which for someone who's a very introvert working on becoming more extroverted, I've really come a long way on that. But if I want to, you can technically disappear. Okay, this sounds so weird. I am a person who I love being social, but at the same time I really like days where I can just be alone, and you're on the street, you're not gonna run into someone most of the time unless you're purposely trying to run into someone, because we don't have a campus. I don't know how to explain that concept, but if you don't want to be found, you won't be found, versus if I go to a state school, you're gonna be, no matter where you walk on campus, you're probably gonna run into someone on a day where I just really don't want to be social. Everyone has those days, and it's good for me too, because it's a slow transition for me to try to be less introverted. I don't know, that's my take on being invisible. I don't know how to describe that, but introverts will probably understand what I'm saying. But yeah, there's no communal bathroom at the NYU dorm. The best thing that's ever happened to me. The only downside is you do have to clean it yourself, but besides that, I went to visit friends and they had communal bathrooms, and I was freaked out that everyone was showering hair in the bathroom, and that's just gross. So It's stupid, but a really, really good perk is that you never have to deal with a communal bathroom here. The name brand and connections here, just by saying NYU, literally such a known international school. Everyone will know NYU when you mention it. It's great for your resume, great for building your network. Like you meet, there's so many people here, like your professors, at least SPS professors, most professors I know, like are really great at connecting you to the outside world after you graduate. And obviously I haven't had that experience yet, but I'm looking forward to it. It sounds like everyone I've talked to, they get really good connections, and it's just great to have the NYU brand. Also, like, we're just really good academically, and yeah, you work hard here to be able to get those connections. Okay, the last pro I can think of right now, the dining options here I think are pretty decent. Like this is like almost a pro, not a, like it's in the middle. There's so many choices. That's the pro of the dining option, is that like most schools will have like 1 or 2 dining halls, and we have like literally like I think 10. So you just have a lot of variety. Like you can choose what you want each day versus it's being the same thing every day. However, on regards to that, this will like transition into the cons. They aren't the best options. Like the food, it depends where you go. The meal plan like itself is expensive, 1, and so like you're paying a ridiculous amount for food, and then 2, we don't have the best ratings. They're working on it, but they have like vegan options and stuff like that. They're just like, it's coming along. It's coming a long way. So those are all my pros for now. I love, 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 love NYU, but every school has cons, so let's hop into them. So I guess I'll talk about, like, it goes in hand with the invisible thing, but like you can feel lonely. Like I personally enjoy being invisible when I want to be invisible, but at the same time it's really hard when you get lonely. Like there's a difference between the two. It is really easy to get lonely here because if you're not trying, you will stay invisible all the time. Like I like one day to be invisible, but like the rest of the days you have to work to not be invisible and not be lonely. So like you have to join a club, reach out to your friends, you have to put yourself out there. It's really hard, but like as a freshman, like everyone's trying to put themselves out there, so as long as you try and put in the effort, you'll meet people that will be lifelong friends. Like obviously it's hard to constantly put in the effort, so it can become really lonely. I feel like every college can become lonely at some point, I don't know, but like you definitely can feel alone at some points. I don't know how else to explain that, but if you put yourself out there, it's really easy to overcome and fight through. It's so expensive. Oh my god. Okay, everyone talks about this, but like the price of NYU is insane, like absolutely insane. They just charge you for literally everything you can think of, and not even that, like it's just the city's expensive. Literally food's like $15 for a meal, groceries are a higher price. You can do it, you just have to put in a lot of effort. Like people at NYU, a lot of people have the money, so like they'll be like, let's go to this Michelin star restaurant, and then you're like, okay, and then next thing you know, you're paying like $30 for a casual lunch. It's just about balance, I think. So it's just like trying to figure out the balance between like spending and hanging out with friends, but like doing it in a cheap, college-friendly way. It just really depends, I think, on who your friends are, because NYU is very economically diverse. Some people are going to spend that and like Uber to class every day, and then versus I'm gonna walk to class every day. So it's just like you have to make the choices in order to make it less expensive. It's up to you really how much you're willing to spend. But even despite that, it's still super expensive, so just prepare. We have no football team, which like honestly, I kind of think is a pro, but like I'm gonna put it under cons because most people think it's a con, because you don't feel pressure to go to a football game, and like I hate football, so that's a plus. But like because I'm an SPS, I talk to a lot of the sports management people, and they have a great sports community, so you just have to like find the community, but it's not like an obligation to go. But I know some people really, really like that, and like having the rallies and all that, so that's why it's a con. I guess the last one I can think of is that, like, I don't know how to say this. NYU is very, very diverse, which I love, but the only downside to that is that sometimes I feel like it can be a little like cliquey in regards to like who's friends with who, but I don't know, I guess it's just my vibe. Like sometimes it's like so diverse that it becomes cliquey. You just have to like ignore the cliques and like keep putting yourself out there and go to events. Like for example, like Brenda, because she's from Malaysia, I go to like the Malaysian events and I get to meet people who are from like Southeast Asia in general. So you just have to like put yourself into situations where you can meet people from all across the world, and it's really cool. You just have to go to those events because they're not closed off. Like some people think, oh, you can only be from Southeast Asia to go to the event. Like people ask me that and I'm like, no, like they're open for everyone, like just go. So I think it's not like a con, it's just like there, if that makes sense. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I hope that was helpful. I feel like there's other pros and cons, but like I can't really think of them. There's more pros and cons because NYU is amazing and I would not choose to go anywhere else in the world. NYU is literally the best school I could have ever chosen, and I was really worried about it, and it's great. Oh, also I want to touch on this a little bit. People are worried about the no campus thing, which was my biggest concern coming here, and it is not an issue at all. Like I literally don't have a problem with it. I was so worried. I was like, even SPS, it's a little bit off campus, like it's not around Washington Square Park, and I was like, oh my god, I'm never gonna be like included. But like your classes are everywhere. Like I go to Kimmel to have lunch so that way like I can see my friends. Being in a sorority really helps. You have to find your club. So like I'm in a sorority, for example, like I have a friend in student council, that's how she found her family. There's people in like pre-med frats that like found their family. You just have to like put yourself in something and then you'll find your group of people. I know everyone who's in a club is really happy and content with like their social life, and I don't know, I just really like NYU, especially like, I don't know what else to say. New York's amazing, SPS is amazing. If I think of more pros and cons, I can make another like part 2 or something. If you have any questions about NYU at all, please leave them in the comments below. I literally was like crazy, and before I came here I commented on like every person's YouTube video because I was so stressed about, like, I'm such an indecisive person that I asked them like every question. So if you have any questions at all, leave them down below. If you like this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this one. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.